unmute this and people
I
can
figure
hear
my
me.
goalkeeper. I figure my keeper would be in here because he's always the one asking fucking questions, and of course he's not in here.
It's actually funny because goalkeepers got tweaked. A last minute patch update on goalkeepers last night.
No, I mean that's fine. I mean I'm surprised he's not in here asking for his fucking scorpion kick.
I tried to fit it in. Didn't happen.
Jeez.
Give it time. Give it time. He'll be in. He'll be like, "Is this where I get my scorpion kick?"
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I will share my screen with you guys in here so you guys don't have to watch on Twitch. First and foremost, there is a new season breakdown. We are expanding the amount of games played by a fuck ton. It's going to be set in 3 sessions of 10 games apiece. So session 1 will be 10 weeks long. Then we'll have a 4-week break from season matches. Inside that 4-week break, there will be at least 1 small cup played. Then you have 10 weeks of matches, 4 weeks off with another cup played in there. Then the last 10 weeks of matches crown the season winner, which will be the table winner. So no more playoffs. Greg, you can be happy with that. Followed by approximately 2 weeks off, and then a larger cup with a larger prize pool attached to it. Games this season will be 90 minutes during season play. So if it ends in a draw, it ends in a draw. There's not going to be any overtime or shootouts in season play. Did I miss anything key, Eagle, on season play?
No. Other than games are still subject to move, blah blah blah, because of life. But that's right now our rough outline is 30 matches, with a couple, with weeks off in between, a large cup at the end with large purse, and there'll be other ways for clubs, for owners to gain money throughout the season to help as we continue down the line.
We're gonna get into the money in a second. I just wanted to give a bare bones of kind of the rough outline of the matches. So Marco Swift said no more OT, no more shootouts, ? Not in season play.
Nope, that will be just in cups. Will be extra time and then penalties in the cups.
This format here with the 10 weeks of season matches with the 4 weeks off, eventually down the line, and don't quote me on it right now for this season, but eventually down the line, it'll allow us to start adding international play in the weeks off and start to get Eagles' dream of the World Cup kind of kicking off and going in the right direction while in season. So this gives us a little bit more flexibility to do some fun stuff like that that coincides with the season itself. Next, we got the skills. The skills remain the same. So professional skills stay the same. A professional comm skill and an elite comm skill, those, just a reminder for everyone, the professional comm skill, it's a professional skill, but it's a comm style. The game only allows 5 comm styles and 10 skills. So you can't get all of the comm styles. It's not possible. It's not possible to have in the game. So that's why I have the comm styles broken out just as a reminder to everybody that you can only get 5, and those are it's early cross, long ranger, trickster, amazing runner, speeding bull, incisive run, and long bolt expert. Those are your comm styles. You can only have 5 of those. Progression. Let's get to the character sheet first. So, we are going to a money system in the SSF. This is both for teams and for players. So, as of right now, players that played in the beta season and are still with us, your total value right now is $800,000. So when we go over to the character sheet, you'll see where that comes into play.
Hey, Wink.
Yeah.
Can you zoom in on your page a little bit as I'm looking at it on the Twitch? It kind of looks a little blurry.
Try. The better.
That should be better for them. I hope that's better for the people watching.
Is this better for the people watching at home? That was that.
Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, that's much better there.
You can tell them what you're going to tell.
So anybody who had a check-in last season, played in the minors, played in the majors, didn't get into either team but had check-ins, you will all be starting off with 1 season in league. So you'll all be starting off with a base value of $700,000. If you did not have any check-ins, we're not in the minors, we're not in the majors or anything last year, you started on base, which is $500,000. So that's the money. So as you go up in seasons played, you go up in base total value for signing contracts. Where does this play? This plays in the character creation sheet. So when you sign a contract, you'll come in here, and so I'm a beta player, so I go from 0, I pick 2. It gives me my max value. I have $800,000 to make my character. Each attribute that you select is going to cost a dollar value. That dollar value is going to total up and subtract from your max value. You cannot go over your max value, but you can come in under, like if you're a couple $1,000s. There's no benefit to hoarding money unless you're saving for something, and I'll get into that in a second. So this goes for all of your attributes. Height and weight calculator is gone. If you want to be the tallest person in the league and have yourself the speediest person in the league, you can, but you're going to pay for it. So there's give and take. There's finding what is good for you as a player. These contracts are good for 1 season. So at the end of the season, all these get wiped away. You get a new dollar value, and you can make a new contract. So if you want to switch positions, if you messed up on your build, anything like that, you're only locked into it for a year, for a season. We're allowing non-dominant lag usage and precision to be progressed. Cost of value. There are no restrictions on what you can or cannot purchase so long as you have the money for it. Does that make sense to everyone in the call? Anybody have any questions on that, Thomas?
I'm sure you're going to get to it, but how is that going to factor in like weekly progression, or is that not a thing anymore?
So weekly progression has gotten changed to a basically weekly check-in. So every season week, you'll go into your progression channel, sign your name. That is going to give you a base paycheck of $2,000, plus it allows you to be eligible for stat-based rewards based on your performance in the game that week. So if you miss your check-in, you aren't eligible for your stat-based rewards for that week. So all of this goes into your player bank. And then during the 4 weeks off, that is when you can progress your player. So the first 10 weeks, you're banking money, you're getting stats, you're getting money in your bank, and then during those 4 off weeks is when you can add that money to your player. But everybody still with me?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
At the end of the season, we'll have awards, like league awards and everything like that. All of those league awards will have a dollar value attached to them. Those themselves will carry over to next season when you sign your contract. So there are still incentives to being one of the elite players in the league. So that will add on to this number right here. And you can see that by bonus money earned. Teams have... So, well, let me back up. I have a breakdown of what everything costs. It's in the sheet. So, an attribute, if you're not a non-goalie attribute, from 41 to 62 cost $1,000 per attribute, and it goes up by the tier. So you can have a 99 in whatever stat you want. There's no restrictions, but you have to have the money to pay for it. Goalies right now cost a little bit more per attribute because there's less fundamental attributes to put in for a goalie. This is subject to change before the start of the season, though. I want to take a look at where the goalies sit versus the players after everybody builds their characters, to make sure that, you know, the goalies aren't super far behind or super far ahead. Height and weight. There's your breakdowns. Quick note with the non-dominant leg stuff. If you want level 4, you have to get level 2 and 3 as well. So to fully max out your off leg, it's $100,000, or it's $50,000 for the usage, $50,000 for the precision. Skills right here. You can have as many extra positions as you want, so long as you have the money for it. So if you want to put down a couple extra positions for A, you're more than welcome to. There's just that added cost to it. This will be available for everybody. I built out progressions for the teams that's got 15 player sheets on it. All of this stuff is with it for you guys to look at. With your player's base value, teams have $6 million right now. They can spend that $6 million, and this is, I believe, what Eagle was talking to Greg about. So, Greg, speak up if I don't answer your question. Teams will have $6 million to spend on facilities, which the teams will have access to. These are what they look like. Coaches, or to give players a signing bonus to help them build their character. The limit for the signing bonus is going to be half of the player's max value. So if I wanted to give a beta player their max signing bonus, the most I could give them is 400,000. Now, this is a double-edged sword. That money comes off the team, goes onto the player, stays on the player for that contract year, then falls off. The team does not get reimbursed that money. So for the teams, it's if we give this person extra money or if we increase them, are we doing that and are we going to win back the money from placing in the league and whatnot? What do you want, Chris?
Continue for now.
So, each facility and each coach has bonuses attached to them. These bonuses are outside of this value. So, say for instance, a team hires a level 1 attacking coach. They will automatically start the first half on attack, and their entire team will get +4 team offensive awareness and +2 finishing. That is a passive bonus that is unique to the team that hired that coach. If they hire a level 2 coach, the bonuses get a little bit better, and they get to select which half they want to start on attack. Level 3, super aggressive. It's got the best bonuses, and they're going to start both halves on attack. How long a team stays on attack or neutral or defense, that is 100% up to the game. I have done some testing. I change it, and then in about 2-3 minutes game time is when it gives the control back to the AI coaches, and then they do with it what they want. But if you're a team that does not ever like to start the game on defense, don't pick a defensive coach. You can pick a neutral coach that'll make sure you always start on neutral, or an attack coach, you'll always start on attack. Team facilities, they take 10 weeks to build. They have an
Hold on, Wink.
Go for it.
Remember, can you go back to coach, please?
Yep.
Remember that there's 6 million. If for some odd reason you don't buy a coach, you're basically starting with Joe, who works at the gas station.
This guy.
And it's a minus bonus for not hiring a coach. That's all. Thank you.
So you don't want to hire this guy for your team. Just saying. Team facilities. 10 weeks to build. After the 10 weeks, your facility gets turned on and your team acquires that bonus. The upfront cost is the top line. At the end of the season, if you have a level 1 facility and we're going into next season, you pay the upkeep cost. So if you have a level 1 facility, the start of next season, you pay $100,000. You can keep your facility for that year. You can upgrade it whenever you want, etc., etc. Did I cover what you were asking, Greg?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So, with, teams are going to be spending money, we are in the process right now of finalizing the prize structure for things. Right now, there are a couple different ways for teams to make money. There's going to be session sponsors, which have objectives. They're going to be probably level 1, 2, and 3, where level 3 is the biggest reward, but also the toughest objective. For instance, just throwing this out there. You pick a level 3 objective for wins. That objective is you have to win 10 matches in that 10-week split. If you do, you get 200K. That's not one, but just giving you guys an idea. So there will be ways for teams to make money back. And at the same time, tailoring their facilities to how they want to run their team. Again, these bonuses are all passive. They're additive to every player's contract that they sign. Any questions? Any comments? Any concerns?
I have a question that I had the answer to, but you didn't cover it, so I want other people to hear it.
So then
What
just
happens?
say it and answer it.
What happens when a player is on a team that has either a signing bonus or the facility or coaches bonuses, and then he gets moved to a different team for one reason or another?
You lose the team's bonuses, but you keep your own player. The team's bonuses are the team's bonuses.
Correct. Okay. And then the signing bonus stays?
The signing bonus stays until the end of the season.
The signing bonus is the team gave that person money.
Yep.
The signing bonus will stay because that increased that player's value. That affected this number right here. His legitimate signing of the contract. So, what you guys can do, you got your drop downs. These are all drop downs. Pick where you want to play.
Wink, I want to wink
go
1
ahead.
second. Thomas, no.
What? Where?
He asked, do player
Okay.
contract? No, he asked if player contracts come out of the 6 mil.
No, they don't.
They do not.
At least not right now. Not for the foreseeable future.
Oh, okay. I didn't understand at first if that was part of like a salary cap kind of thing, but then when I was doing the math in my head, I'm like, that doesn't make sense. I don't know if you could get 11 players and still have a coach and all that. So that makes sense.
Right now, only the bonuses, if a team wants to give them, comes out of that 6 million. For instance, you have a new player that has not played in the league, but he's playing a key position. You might want to give him your the max bonus to get him a little bit better because he's a starter. Freddie, do you have any questions?
I was just kind of wondering about the facilities. Is it the best thing to start everything at one time, or do different things at different times?
That is solely up to your club. What were you gonna say, Hugo?
I was gonna say that's up to Knox City, because
That
you know
is-
we made it a little bit like challenge. You know, we made it so it's like clubs can go to their own philosophies in a way.
Maybe the clubs don't like the bonuses, so maybe their objective is to just give people outright cash. All of these bonuses are team wide though, so as soon as you have a level 1 facility, everybody on that team gets that bonus.
Yeah, but it's only +1 though. It ain't like it's gonna make a big difference. I think.
Yeah, until you get to +5.
But if you're talking about years and down the road, probably. I understand now. I understand. This is way.
How did go ahead, I'm
None of this decision making. Mr. Access is going to have to do all this decision making.
Yep, I was about to say, Freddie, just let the diva make the decisions, right? And you just smile and laugh at them.
Let me do something for you, Freddie. $94 and something is $117,000. 99 and something. Here. is $141,000. If you have a team facility with +5 on something, that player doesn't have to spend that money to get to 99. He could put it somewhere more useful. So, facilities are what they are. If you don't like them, you don't have to utilize them. But there are benefits.
Well, I agree. I agree. I understand it now, but I got to explain all this to Dave, too.
We already have tried about 7 times. Don't you worry.
I know that's the problem because last night me and him had a big old discussion about this stuff. Late into the night.
Oh, I
Just as long as there's a snowflake facility in Miami, I'm good.
Snowflake brewing.
Thomas, did you have a question?
I was just curious if this is going to affect the pre-contracts at all. Like, say if a player does something crazy with their attributes and a team might not want to keep them or something, are teams going to be able to maybe change their contracts, or are the pre-contracts still binding?
Pre-contracts are still binding, unless there is some sort of situation where you and set owner has some sort of massive disagreement and everything, because we don't want to really force people to play in a bad situation, right? But we also don't want to have people just taking advantage of that either. So for right now, where you are on the pre-contract is where you are. But if for future reference, you can use your player contract to try to find yourself a better club, etc. If you want to do that way, if you want to go down that route.
And
okay.
Going forward, this was just a late addition. Going forward, the pre-contract signing is where the signing bonus that teams give, if they give one, is going to be placed as well.
Okay.
So, like, the team is going to pledge $200 million or $200,000 to you in your pre-contract.
Yep. Wink. Sorry, Michelle came.
You have to build a level 1 before you can build a level 2 and so on, right?
Yep.
Correct. Yep. You got to go left to right.
And if you cannot pay the
or can you jump straight to level 5?
Can't jump straight to level 5. Got to build an order. Likewise, if you have a level 2 facility and you cannot pay for it, or you refuse to pay for it at the start of next season, it goes down to level 1. If that next season comes along and you do the same thing and you don't pay for it, facility goes away. You have to pay another $500,000 to start that facility again.
Wink. Sorry, Michelle came down here a minute ago and I missed the part where you were talking about money. Did you talk about objectives, season and session objectives?
Yep.
Did you talk about player sales?
No.
Okay, so there is a transfer window during the weeks off. Teams can buy with their balance players from other teams. They can transfer, they can buy a player, but that player has to be transfer listed by their club. So, for example, if Wink had enough of Chris Lee, which I'm sure he will within that 4 weeks, let's say, for example, Illawarra wants to buy Chris Lee. They pay Wink Chris Lee's contract value that he paid for that season. So it'd be $800K. Chris Lee would then go to Illawarra, and Buffalo Bolts have $800K in cash. But it's only with transfer listed players.
Yes. And both parties have to agree to be. What'd you say?
I don't like that example, but I understand it.
Oh, I know. No one likes that example. I know.
Both players and owners have to approve the transfer. FYI. So
yeah, we're not forcing people out. We're not putting people in. Yeah.
But say you're a bench player, and you might know you might get some more playing time somewhere else, you can ask for the transfer. Whether your owner or coach puts you on the list is still up to them. Cameron, did you have a question? I saw you on mute for a second.
No.
Okay. So, players will continually updating their players throughout the season. Not every week, but you still want to do your check-ins so that you get your money. This cuts down on the amount of upkeep for the league significantly. And I think that it's going to present some unique benefits to the league as well, especially owners and the people doing all of the sims. You have 10 weeks of static teams, so you can try and game plan a couple weeks ahead if you know you're going to be busy, or you can still do it week to week. But this gives some advantages back to the people doing the game plans, because everything's not in constant motion. And we don't have to correct the same errors every week.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. 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 So, I'll just go down the line kind of thing with at least the owners that are in here and see if they have any questions. Benji, you got anything? You got any concerns? Anything?
Not at the moment. Thank you guys for all your work and for laying this out for us. But we'll bring any questions we do have to you.
Okay. Chris, I'm not worried about you. Cornwall.
Nothing at this moment.
Nothing. Frank, I'm sure you've got something.
Well, Wayne kind of answered it. My thought was with players checking in and getting their money for checking in. When do they get to upgrade their player? But you were making it sound like he can do it anytime he wants to, or and then during that off period. I was assuming the off period.
It will be in the off periods.
Okay.
They can do it anytime they want in the off period. It will take effect for the next session, though.
Correct. Yeah. So when you progress, in that 4 weeks, then they're going to use it in the next one. Freddie, you got anything?
I think I'm good. When is this sheet going to be available to start working on them?
I am going to release the team sheets in their team channels as soon as we're done with this call.
So everybody on the team's going to have their own sheet, like
so
progression thing.
I'll walk you through it. So you'll get your sheet, right? It'll say Knox City player build tool down here. You're going to have 15 player sheets. So just assign a player sheet to the individuals on your team, so they can go and start filling it out and work with it. That way, nobody's deleting other people's stuff and whatnot. I believe 15 is enough, right? We don't have anybody with more than 15 people on the team.
I think we only got 12, I think. Or 13.
So right now I think it's 14. Is the max that we have.
I think we lost one player.
So you might have.
When you guys are building out,
we had one leave the server, I think.
When you guys are building out your players, you will see your player's current value here. And down here, you will see how much money you have left in your contract. Let's say that you get down and you have $10,000 left in your contract, and the thing that you want is $15,000. you can hold that gap for the 4 weeks and then use the money that you've earned to supplement, because that's going to raise your cap. You cannot, I didn't say this, but you cannot, on the splits, I can't go from 45 to 44. I can go from 45 to 46. You can't regress. It's only progression. So you can only go forward. But your cap will increase based on the check-ins and everything you have. So if you're stuck a couple $100 away or a couple $1,000 away, you can just hold on to that money if you want for the split, and then upgrade it then.
Jacob, you got anything?
No, I got nothing. We covered it well yesterday, so I was just popping in to take the piss out of someone.
Chris Lee, perfect.
Yeah, I had that time.
Knuckles, you got anything, bud?
Nope, I'm up to speed and ready to roll. Thank you.
Perfect. Soto, you got anything?
No, everything sounds good. Thank you, guys.
And then I'll hit on the Cameron. You got any questions? Now we'll go to everybody else who's around.
I'm good.
Okay. Gunny, you got anything?
I'm good. I'm going to do everything the Scorpion Kick King says.
Yeah, sorry. No Scorpion Kick animation quite yet. Thomas, you got anything?
No, I'm good. It looks good, guys.
Okay. And I guess Chris is trying to talk, so I'll let Chris, you got anything?
Yeah, why is it always got to be Chris Lee that gets targeted with all these jokes? It's no fair.
Hashtag why not?
Hashtag becomes easy. Okay, Wink, you can close out here now if you don't have anything else.
I do want to say, first off, thank you for everybody who's stuck with us. I know that this is the third kind of revamp in as many seasons and iterations that we've had. But I think that this one right now is the closest we have come to the actual vision that Eagle and I had when we first had this league. We want something that, is both fun and customizable for you players, but also there's a little bit of strategy and a little bit of gamemanship for the owners. We don't want it to be stagnant. We want to give options, and I think that this iteration right now is going to do wonders for the future of this league and what we can accomplish with the setup that we have. So, thank you all. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks again for hanging out with us. Life has not been fair on our side, on both of our sides. Over the last few months, but appreciate everybody.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, thank you for all the hard work.
Yeah, thank you guys. I enjoy football.
Football. Well, I guess
if anybody has any questions, anybody that is rewatching this has any questions, just DM your owner, DM me, DM Eagle, say it in general. I want everybody to be able to understand this. So if anybody ever has any questions or suggestions, just let us know.
Yes, please.
The time frame maybe for getting this thing kicked off for the next season.
Right now, Dave is out of contact. When Dave comes back and gets up to speed, I'm hoping to get him up to speed within the first day or two that he is back. After Dave is up to speed, I am hoping to get contracts finalized within that week and kick off as soon as we can. So I'm hoping to try and get games being played before July. Mid-June would be amazing, but 100% before July. I want to get. Everybody's been waiting long enough. I want to get this shit moving.
I agree.
Also, I got a wedding July 16th, so I'm trying to get some weeks under the belt before the wedding.
True.
It's going to be really awesome. I'm going to stream the games Friday night, have the wedding Saturday night. Boom.
Oh, does that mean I'm going to be commentary from Syracuse, New York?
Maybe.
Well, yeah, probably.
Who's in charge of the bachelor party?
Chris Lee. So we're not doing anything.
What's a good question though is, are we going to have a Winkler, Lee, Eagle, all in one room commentating?
I don't know if my pants can handle that.
Yeah, no, I can't do that.
What kind of commentating are you talking about? It involves your pants.
Hey, you know what? We could do this convention style. Everybody's invited Friday night to my house. I will put the games on the projector on the side of my house, and we can really have some fucking fun. No? Anybody close? Anybody want to come?
Road trip.
Bob Funk will be there.
Bob Funk.
But yeah, okay. Thank you all. And Wink will put everything in the locker rooms that he needs to. So again, thanks, and I will chat with everybody soon.
Thanks, guys.
Later, guys.
Thank you.